What a beautiful story. There's no limit to how much mothers can risk. And why just mothers? Women in general. But how does our society treat women? Let me show you. In the Indian state of Tamil Nadu, a woman was accused of subjecting her husband to mental cruelty. This is a very interesting, even distressing story. Listen carefully. She was accused of subjecting her husband to mental cruelty. You know what for? For removing her thali, or what's popularly called a Mangalsutra in India. A Mangalsutra is basically a necklace that married women wear. It is said to be for the well-being of the husband. Now, normally the husband ties it around the neck of his wife during the wedding. And it's like the wedding ring, but only for women. And just like the wedding ring, there is no law that makes it mandatory. No law that says married women must wear a Mangalsutra at all times. So when this woman decided to separate from her husband, she removed that necklace, the Mangalsutra. The husband is a professor at a medical college. They got married in the year 2008. By 2011, they separated. The woman accused her husband of cheating. He moved court. He wanted a divorce. The appeal was rejected. So then he moved to a higher court. And you won't believe what the court said there. I'm going to quote. It is a known fact that no Hindu married woman would remove the thali at any point of time during the lifetime of her husband. Is it really a known fact? Here's what else the court said. Thali around the neck of a woman was a sacred thing which symbolizes the continuance of married life, and it is removed only after the death of the husband. Therefore, its removal by the petitioner/wife can be said to be an act which reflected mental cruelty of the highest order, as it could have caused agony and hurt the sentiments of the respondent. Who's the respondent here? The husband. And who's being archaic here? The court. It decided to dissolve the marriage and grant divorce because a woman took off her necklace. This is a story from 21st century India, July 2022. A court telling a woman, if you remove your Mangalsutra, you inflict mental cruelty on your husband. This is the state of women in India. And they say the law is blind. The reference is to impartiality, to equality before the law. But judgments like these force you to ask if the law is really blind to today's reality. I began by asking you how you thought our society treats women. This story should have answered that question. If it hasn't, I have some numbers for you. These are from the latest gender gap report. The World Economic Forum has ranked India 135 out of 146 in the Global Gender Gap Index, 135th rank. India ranks last in the Health and Survival Sub-Index. Last but third in economic participation and opportunity. 107th in educational attainment. India's overall rank is below most of its South Asian neighbors. Bangladesh is at number 71, Nepal 96, Sri Lanka 110, the Maldives 117, Bhutan 126. Only Pakistan and Afghanistan are behind India. One is at 145 and the other comes last on the list. So India is above them. And that's no achievement, frankly. Just 22.8% of women in India work or are allowed to work. What about the rest? India ranks 107th in educational attainment. Surely women in India are educated. Where do you think they go after college? They go down the aisle. Education is often treated as a tool to make a woman marriageable, more acceptable to a prospective suitor. A survey conducted on an online marriage portal found that women who never worked attract 70% positive responses from men. If a woman is working but willing to give up her career, then the positive response is 66%. But what about a woman who wants to retain her identity and her job? What about women who want to be assessed for their work and not for a Mangalsutra around their neck? They get only 59% positive responses from men. And it's not like it's a fair playing field for women at work. There is a 31% wealth gap between men and women in technical roles, 38% gap in managerial and leadership roles. In a way, those judges in the court were only reflecting this inequality and this bias. The question is, when will it stop? What will it take for women in India to be treated as equals, for women to be respected for their contribution as individuals, not just wives or mothers? for women to have the right to take off an ornament they do not wish to wear. It is 2022, and if there's mental cruelty in the story, it is thanks to the regressive observation of the court. WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.